to the last topic I wanted to talk about. Mos Def. I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with Yasin Bey. He is revered and regarded as one of the best
We're doing this.
technical rappers in like rap history. Like you say, over the last like 30, 40 years. He was recently doing an interview where I think he was asked something regarding Drake's catalog, and he kind of chuckled a little bit and referred to Drake as a more of like a pop artist, and that he makes target music, and he wouldn't consider that real hip hop. Now, there's been some comments on Instagram and other stuff back and forth as far as, who was Mos Def, look what he sold. I will say I did see a crazy, like a super, super crazy ass tweet where somebody said that Mos Def arguably has the greatest rap album in history. I've never heard that from a living soul walking the earth in person.
That's a deep cut right there.
Yeah. That's like MJ Space Jam type reach, but
that's Jeff Green was the best Thunder back in the day type of reach.
type shit, bro. Like, no, not even like Andre Roberson. Like
Andre Roberson carried the
was
team.
the best corner 3-point shooter of all time.
Yeah, type shit. But then like outside of that, just like between their whole shtick, I want to like speak and say, as much criticism Drake gets as an artist in terms of like him making more commercial music, I guess you could say, it's crazy to me because when it comes to like core principles that I think of when it comes to rap, he's really held the flag down in the culture for quite a while, whether it be his AM/PM tracks where he just like kind of spazzes out, Lucy's like Lemon Pepper Freestyle, or what has been part of rap culture, not shying away from beef and actually engaging in verbal fisticuffs on wax, whether it be with Kid Cudi. He did take a bad L to Push, but going at Meek and really putting some chinks in his armor as well. I know him and Kendrick on different tracks, like in the early 2010s, kind of, it was like, I'm gonna say like light jazz back and forth. Even on what was that, Hillbilly? Why am I blank right now? The track that Kendrick did with Baby Keem last summer.
Oh fuck,
Hillbilly.
I'm blanking.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, whatever. Like Kendrick has some like subtle bars. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see who you're talking about here. But
the Kanye beef.
Yeah, the Kanye beef. Like he hasn't shied away from it. So to say he's not a real hip hop artist or this isn't real hip hop is just kind of crazy to me. Especially like when you actually break down most of his track lists on his projects. You'll have maybe like 2 or 3 songs where you get like a Hotline Bling where, okay, this is clearly for radio charts. But it's usually like a pretty good blend as far as like, okay, I'm going to get my rap shit. I'm going to get some club bangers. I'm going to get a R&B joint or two. And then maybe a single that's just going to be undeniable.
Yeah.
But he has a large audience that he has to appeal to too. But then outside of that, it got me thinking like what I guess you define as like real hip hop. Or can you even say that?
Oh. No, I don't think you can define something as real hip hop. I think music is too subjective to say like, yes, this is real hip hop. Like with sports, there's stats and there's analytics and that you can get deep into and be like, this is the best way to do this. I think with rap, it's so like you do whatever works and you see what sells the most. And the comparison I would make is, yes, Drake is a real rapper, but Drake is like the Starbucks, since we're talking about coffee earlier. Drake is the Starbucks. Def is like the coffee people, like who likes it, but not a lot of people like it. Everyone can get down with a Starbucks, but is it going to change the way you feel about a cup of coffee or something like that? No. But it's like a very solid 7 out of 10 for the most part. Maybe some bangers. Same, if you're a pumpkin spice guy, around that time you're like,
really
fuck
going
yeah.
hard with this.
That's a good comparison.
That is a fire comparison.
But it's like, people hate stuff that becomes too corporate because then it's like everyone likes it. The second everyone likes it, you don't like it. But there's a reason everyone likes it. It's still good.
But you know what I hate about that train of thought? Because we have niche items or products within pop culture, like some forces. You know how many pairs of forces I went through in my life? You think I've gave a damn that anybody else is wearing them? No, I just like it because I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like, especially in music, becoming more commercially successful or anything of the like is music is the only industry that I've found that's frowned upon.
Yeah, music I think is the best example of that. Like no one likes a band until they no one hates a band until they get big.
Yeah, which is like you want your favorite artist to struggle, like
Yeah, but also like with Drake, you don't have to make the comment like he's not in there writing these songs by himself, you know, in like the studio or whatever. He has a lot of help making these albums. And that's fine. He has those resources, and if he can use those to make a better product, he absolutely should. But it is like a fact. Like if you look at like all the actual like ghostwriters on all the songs, it's not just him, and that's fine. It's the way it is.
We got a fact check. Baby Keem and Kendrick song was the Hillbilly, so we got it right.
okay.
There you go.
So there's that. I kind of actually want to invoke a cost thing.
Whoa.
It was last year. We were talking about like Spotify Raps, and he was like, I'm fucking tired of fucking Spotify Raps. Like, music is so subjective, and like, you know, my number one's gonna be different from your number one, and like, he's like, these people are like, it's just like, I feel like it's so cool just to hate, and I'm disliking and hating it, or people are just like, oh, you like Drake? It's like fuck off. Like, I'm gonna have like, I like Big Sean. I know you.
I like to clown you for it, but
Exactly.
But it's what you like.
But also connecting more dots is like the reason why I'll listen to more of your music takes than other people's music takes is because you'll admit, like, I actually don't fuck with this person, but I'll give you a nice subjective take about his music body because I feel like that's what's wrong with like movie critics. Anywho, because certain critics can't take that shit out. Like, if you're a reviewer, you have to review without that bias. We're like, and acknowledging you have a bias. And I feel like that's why sometimes I don't like talking to old heads when they talk about rap, where they're talking about, oh, I remember back in the day and things like that. But, bro, we're in 2025.
It ain't
now.
that way.
And also, we have, you know, rap is still a fairly new genre in
Thank
the
you.
large scheme of music. And
100 years.
it's
100 or 50?
Oh, hell no.
What was it last year? What did they sell?
100 years of hip hop.
Was that last year that they celebrated
It
that?
been 100 years.
I think wasn't it 50 years?
50 years?
I was like, think about what year it is. Yeah, you
Oh,
way
my
off.
bad. My bad.
Rudy Ray Moore, who's considered the godfather of rap, was doing this in like the 60s and 70s, so 50 years.
My bad. I that's how long we gonna take it. We got 50 more years hip hop.
We'll see.
But some
Where it's going right now, we'll see.
to my point though, original point though, like in the 70s, it was a lot of these are the breaks. Like all that
Grandmaster Flash.
Grandmaster Flash, and then when we shipped into the 80s, it's a lot more boom bap, New York type tip rapping, and even into the 90s. But then you get the introduction of like the West having a large presence in rap, along with the South's introduction in the mid to late 90s, and then
3-6.
2000s. That's when you just see the kind of early 2000s. You see a melting pot of different guys kind of having the quote unquote throne. And then
And now it's Yeet.
snap and roll era, and then now we have like Yeet, Baby Tron, and you can't tell them they're not
Hip hop.
or contributing to the culture
Yeah.
because there's always gonna be a niche audience in there that does f with their music. Now it may not be for me. I've kind of aged out of certain
I feel that.
subcultures or subgenres within rap. That doesn't mean they should stop making music just because it isn't for me. And some we talked about last week, where, you know, I think people kind of find themselves into these narrow boxes where they're just like, you know, I need rap or R&B sounding 90s R&B, or I need real rappers to come back. Bro, there's something out here for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that what happened with rock? Like the old heads wouldn't let new rock develop, and then
Yeah.
it just like stagnated for years. And then now, like, it feels like the last 10 years, maybe there's more of a comeback because like my generation's been listening to like old school rock, and then finding like the new version of that, which is like, what's that band?
Soft rock?
Yeah, soft rock too, but there's that one band that does like the, oh my gosh, something van, something, whatever.
You talking about Jay-Z's new soft rock group?
No, I'm not talking about okay.
Yeah. Now to your point though, I think when old heads or older artists kind of repel back from embracing younger acts, it does stagnate whatever culture you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Drake, to his credit, he's always done a good job of kind of throwing guys lobs, whether it's just, you know, an Instagram post or actually collaborating and doing songs. Yeah. One, it keeps you fresh and tapped with what's going on. I think that's why his commercial run has been able to be sustained as long as it has been. Mm-hmm. But then also it allows them to kind of sharpen their sword. Like I remember Yachty, I think it was an interview he did with Cole where he was saying a conversation he had with him a few years ago really, and along with public criticism, made him want to sharpen his sword in terms of being more of a rap historian and really getting on his shit in terms of like more intricate writing.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say for me, where it's kind of like, it's like an older brother, like younger brother type thing, where like the one thing I really, you know, if I were really being like, you know, sequential, is like, if you look at, we were talking about J. Cole last week, and one of the things that I think J. Cole does really well is like he like bridges the gaps where like it was a diss song, but he also was talking to Lil Pump being like, if you don't do this shit, you're gonna phase out. You know what I'm saying? And like it was a diss, like don't fuck with me because I'll fuck you up, but also he was trying to give him game, and I feel like,
and sure enough,
exactly, now he's trumping it up and all this other shit. So I was actually texting you about this. We look at the staunch differences. We're like, you know, Mos Def is a talented being. It's not, he's more than rap. He's more than a rapper. He's done so many different things. But like in rap, I'm speaking on that. You look at the Andre 3000 version of it, where Andre 3000 is like, man, he's giving ups to people and like really throwing that. How do we bridge that gap type of conversation where like, you know, we might get an Andre 3000, you know, Drake type of a thing where that introduces people to, you know, the older rap or the more like, how can I say this? Lyrical.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought Dre up. He's actually a good example of this because as far as what people think of when they hear the name Andre 3000, it's like on some real rapidy rap type shit. Future, I wouldn't say necessarily gets put in that pocket at all. It's more trap music, and his delivery and charisma can kind of carry him on beats. They both have ties to the Dungeon family in Atlanta. But I remember it was a documentary I think Future did for Dirty Sprite 2 when Andre was saying, what did he say? He said some shit like, it was the most inspirational toxic music ever.
Yeah. I remember that.
But he's always giving Future and other younger acts in Atlanta, whether it be Baby, Gunna, Thug, Nudie, or whoever have you, they props, which has been commendable because a lot of people might not think that would necessarily be something he would listen to on the regular.
Yeah. It's almost kind of like, so what would Mos Def say if he was in Target and his music came on?
He said, man, I made it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's always fun. That's the funny shit to me when people, artists and fans, when they do that shit, when they're like, oh, you know, Drake isn't real rap. It's real easy. Like, for Drake, or, you know, if you want to say Drake, Kendrick, Cole, any guy who's on the upper echelon of the totem pole when it comes to commercial rap music, for the most part, I can do what you do. You can't sell out this venue that has 30,000 people or put out a song that the masses fuck with at a heavy end. Because all those guys, I can give you different verses or songs where like, okay, like you was really in your bag, whether it be a Look Out for Detox by Kendrick, hell, all of Cole's damn near last album, like he wasn't really on a songwriting tip. He was just like, I'm coming here to spaz. Like I mentioned earlier with Drake, the 4 p.m. freestyle, Lemon Pepper freestyle, all the AM PM tracks are just going crazy. But
last thing I'll say about Drake is that guy gets it, like the business side of it, but specifically the branding side of it. Like you guys, people love to like, I don't know if you see this, but as of late, like Drake's been getting a lot of memes made out of him because he's kind of sus. You know, he does these live streams where he gambles a bunch. He has his alternative ego. You know, I need a Max Sweden, like that type of stuff. He knows what he's doing when he's doing that stuff. Like he's bought into the memes because he knows at the end of the day that's just gonna get his name out there even more. They're just gonna be talking about Drake. He's gonna know everything he's doing. Like Drake knows what he's doing, and he's gonna let people make fun of him.
So we need to be child actors and get on these shows to understand the business, right?
And get in touch with Jazz Prince, and then
okay,
and kill a couple people too,
allegedly.
Wow, that really took a dark swing.
Well, that's what we do because we play no games. Sure. I'll say this on this last topic and then just end. And I just want to end it again with what Koff is saying, where it's kind of like, you know, music is like, Okay, weird fucking thought, you guys.
There's people out there that think Joyner Lucas is the best rapper ever.
Jesus Christ.
Like, those humans exist.
Yeah, which, I mean, do your thing. I wouldn't agree with that, but at the end of the day, who am I to tell you what
Say,
works?
that's a real
What works
rapper
for
right
you?
there. That's a real rapper right there. He raps fast.
Now, if we want to restore order in rap, though, for real, we need
I like that,
we
yeah.
need to give up to the GOAT. Riff Raff changed rap culture
Damn.
in the late 2000s,
Dude.
late 2010s.
There's a case to be made there.
Versace Python freestyle easily might be one of the top 10 most important tracks. in rap
Aquafina
history.
Panther.
Bro, Larry Bird,
Dude.
come on.
I remember that.
Like, bro.
I remember that one.
Riff Raff. Damn.
Wow, I was gonna say how music is powerful because people Alzheimer's and shit, but damn, Riff Raff. There's probably a person who probably can't remember anything, but you play some Riff Raff, they're like, yeah, I remember this shit. Put on Larry Bird.
Bro, between him and Lil B actually is like an icon in pop culture.
That
He-
fucking Kevin Durant
yeah.
song is so fucking.
Fuck Kevin Durant.
Fuck. What?
That's funny.
Goss, you want to end us off?
With what?
Ending thought? You're about to say something. I was gonna cut you off.
No, I don't have any.
All right.
I
Well,
lost it.
Interesting. I appreciate that. Obviously, Mos Def, bro, you're a legend. This shouldn't bug you. I hope y'all do a track together.
Stop hating.
Yeah, he's that big hating. But you know who doesn't hate? We don't, because we play no games, and this has been another. We don't. We're
Okay,
honest.
We hate a lot on this podcast. Come on.
I hate Eagles fans.
Oh damn!
Damn, and I hate Niner fans.
Damn.
Yeah, I hope they absolutely lose this weekend.
What,
Damn.
Who's your team?
Seahawks.
Okay.
I can respect it.
I hate how many Niner fans live in Portland too. That's the thing. The amount
Okay,
of-
we're haters. So if you want a good place where we just gonna hate for free,
Yeah.
tune in. But if you donate, we'll show you how to hate when we have money. So, $ Hero Bob. But most importantly, if you don't have any money, that's okay. Like, comment, subscribe. That's all we need. And we just want to have and just bless your days. So, other than that, we out.